last week I took a picture of the ironing board or the rolling pin here and my scarf, and I asked if you'd heard about mangling, and there was quite a response to that, so I thought I'd talk a little bit more about mangling. And to be honest, I don't actually know a lot about mangling. What I do know is that my grandmother had a mangle that she used on her washing machine, and it was to wring out the clothes to get squished out as much water as possible so that when she hung her laundry up to dry, it would dry quickly. But you can use mangling also to smooth out and give your linen a really nice sheen. I don't use a lot of linen, but I use some linen blends. So I wanted to show you some today. And I will do some close-up pictures and put them in the video so that you can actually see the difference. This is the March towel, and it is woven with Zoe, which is a cotton linen blend. And I don't know if you can see the difference here, but I can definitely see the difference of where it's been mangled and where it hasn't been mangled. This is much smoother and flatter. You're not going to want to mangle your towels every time you wash them, but if you're giving them for a gift, giving them a mangle really makes them look beautiful for a gift. And I just thought, I wanted to show you the scarf as well. This is a linen and silk scarf, plus it's got mohair. This is called Lighter Than Air, and I have a class for that, I think next week. You can check my website. There's still space if you want to sign up. So Lighter Than Air, I've talked about it before, and it's got that linen and silk blend in it. And I will say that if you mangle that end bit, or any place where there's linen in it, it does make a difference. It really brings out the shine in the silk and the linen and smooths things out so you can feel the difference. Now, I thought this is Fliss and Lace. It's a pattern that I'll be doing a class for in July. You can see the trailing pickup pattern that moves across the pattern. And it's also a linen and silk. So I thought I would actually show you and talk actually about mangling. So the first thing I want you to know is my countertop is very hard. So it's a quartz countertop. Your Corian or a laminate countertop is going to work. What's really, really important is that it's flat, that there are no little bumps, no cracks, no grooves. So if you've got a wooden countertop, probably not the best place to do your mangling. You need a hard, smooth surface, and you need a hard, smooth rolling pin. Again, I don't know that wood would be my first option, but if it was completely smooth with no nicks or pits in it, then it would be fine. I'm using a marble rolling pin because I have one. I've used a perfectly straight smooth glass vase before, and that has worked well also, although the weight of the marble rolling pin is definitely better. So to mangle, so I've wiped my counter down. There was, it's my kitchen, there was jam and peanut butter on my counter this morning. I'm going to lay it out flat, and this is a little damp because I just wet finished it, so it's a little bit damp still, and I'm just going to roll it, and I'm rolling it quite hard. I'm just going back and forth. And I haven't mangled one of these scarves before, so I wasn't quite sure how it was going to work. And I will take pictures of before and after for you too, because I think it looks really, I'm really pleased with how this is working. So this one side, I'm putting, lots of my weight on it. I'm rolling it quite heavily. I don't know if you can see, but my hem stitch pulled it in a little bit. I'm actually going to use the rolling pin to push it back out. That worked beautifully. So I haven't pressed this yet. I did do a little bit of reading and found that mangling is excellent, and then you follow it up with press afterwards. So that's one side. I think it's looking pretty good. And then I would flip it over and do the same thing on the other side. All right, the final thing I wanted to talk about today is, of course, I got that pin loom, and I've been weaving little thingies on it. And I showed a post last week that I was planning my first project. Now, I'm not always very good at visualization, so this isn't working out quite the way I had anticipated. I'm going to need more pieces. But I have lots of green yarns. And of course, you are supposed to be using bulky weight yarns for the pin loom. I don't have bulky weight yarns, or I don't have many of them. So I've been grabbing all my colors and all my strands and putting them together. So this is made up, all 3 of these pieces are made up with 4 different strands. And to tie them all together, because I knew I didn't have enough for a big project in the yarns that I picked, I started with this square, and then I took 1 green out and added a new green to the next piece, and then I took 1 green out of this bundle and added a different green into this one so that they'll all tie in together. And so my plan is to do a shawl. Trying to remember how this works now. So my plan is to do a shawl, and I will obviously need some more squares and triangles to make it big enough for a shawl. So that is what I've been working on this week. I'm also redoing some of my patterns that I've done with chenille and using the Monte Cristo, and that's turning out really well. So I'll have some updated pictures on that also. So thanks for watching. Enjoy your Monday. I hope that you get some inspiration here, and I hope that you just feel like this is a great week and you're going to get at your loom and get some time for weaving and for yourself this week.